guys, Amy Pigeon here with Fatima of Crew 6 Beauty. Thanks for stopping by and welcome back to our channel if you've been here before. So today we're gonna do well, Fatima kind of knows what we're doing, but not really. I bought all sorts of shit from Sephora the other day, and by shit I mean awesome stuff.
It's always awesome.
Yeah,
stuff.
shit is great. It's a bunch of highlighters that I'm really excited to try. Oh shit, look, the focus is like following you. What are you trying to say, camera? It's like it prefers your face to look good.
Duh.
Yourself. I'm bleeping that out. Anyway, so these are a bunch of brands that I saw on social media and I was like, oh my god, I really want to try those new highlighters because I love highlighters. And I think it'll be fun for you to try them too, being a MAC Soft and Gentle whore.
Yeah.
We've never done a review video. I think I've done one alone like a year or two ago. Fatima, I don't think has ever done one.
No.
We don't really know what we're doing. We're kind of winging it.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, so let's get into it. First off, we have the Becca by Chris. Stop focusing on Fatima's face. Son of a bee sting.
I'm actually so excited. I didn't know you had this.
Oh, that's awesome. It's the Becca by Chrissy Teigen palette.
I have chills. Like,
really?
I'm that excited right now.
Okay. So the packaging is beautiful. It weighs a lot, which I like, and it has this nice rose gold backing to it with all the color names listed on it and her signature. And I like how it's like the faux marble.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they made it with actual marble? How pretty that would be. So here, I'll let you feel it and open it up. It's kind of weird doing 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 it. Haha. Kind of weird doing these together. Also, forgive my appearance. I was just doing a cool Instagram photo with colored freckles and have these on my head because my hair looks like crap. So, you know.
I'm obsessed. This is gorgeous.
So this comes with a bronzing shade, 2 highlight shades, and a blush.
And a mirror, so convenient.
And a mirror. It's always nice when palettes have mirrors, that's for sure. I'm not gonna lie, this is not full first impressions for me, obviously, because I swatched it before I bought it, but it's not meant to be first impressions. It is for Fatima, I guess.
Yeah.
I think this works better for your skin tone than mine.
I was just going to say,
I looked at it and swatched it in store and thought it would work for me, but it's a little dark. It's a little peachy for me.
So looking at it, because I haven't swatched it at all, looking at it, I immediately thought this is definitely made for Chrissy. Yeah, it's like made for a little bit deeper skin tone. Do you mind if I go in and swatch?
It does work on my skin tone, just not... The highlight isn't as blinding on me because it's a little dark. Like that highlight you're dipping into now.
This is her shimmer highlight.
Which is
you want to hold that up?
That's rose. Is that rose gold? I think that's rose gold. This one up here.
Rose gold.
It's like, it's definitely too peachy and deep for my skin tone, but it's still beautiful and could be like a nice blush topper. But Beach Nectar, the one that has her imprint in it here, that one's a little bit nicer for me, but it's still a little pink. Yeah, a little colorful.
Because Amy usually likes her gold undertones and her
It's focusing on all the faces. Stop it. I wish they could like see this tracking and you and I looking into it.
Yeah.
Like, but
just a little bit there.
I feel like those monkeys in Planet of the Apes that like see something and they're like, and they start smashing it, being like, what is this? Like that's us with my camera right now. So here's a swatch of the blush. This is called
really pretty.
Hibiscus Bloom. That's beautiful. That works on my skin tone too. But even then, it's quite bright. But you know, one of those things with blushes is that I find if you just go with a really light wash on it, even the brightest like work.
Totally, because MAC blushes are like that.
And then we have the bronzer called Malibu Soleil. It's this guy right here. Is there shimmer to it or is it matte? It looks matte. Oh no, there's a very soft shimmer.
Very, very, very soft.
Unless that's from double dipping and
No, I didn't double dip.
No, it could be me.
Oh, you?
A while ago. I think it's matte.
It looks matte.
How do you like that shade?
I like it. I can actually use this as a really nice contour. If I wanted a little bit stronger of a contour.
I think it's a little warm for that.
No?
No?
I like it.
Oh. Thoughts on pigmentation?
Yeah, well, like, it'd be better for me in the summer, of course. This definitely wouldn't be, like, a winter palette for me. But I like it. I love
Becca products. I find them all very pigmented and creamy.
It doesn't move too easily, which is nice.
Okay.
The highlights do, obviously, because they're shimmer.
Shimmer will always move a little bit.
But yeah, I like it. And I've been really excited to try this palette because everybody's been going crazy over it. So I like.
Do you want to put any on your face right now?
Yeah, let's try a little bit.
Cool. I got so much shit on my face that putting anything on isn't really gonna do any good from a review perspective.
I like to go very, very light in blush because I usually am just like a bronzer girl. And so I find that I look like a doll when I wear blush. But, oh, this is really nice. This is nice and soft.
Mm-hmm.
It really just honestly looks like your skin after you've come in from laying on the deck at the cottage. Like that little bit of like, I'm warm, but it's like sun-kissed warm. As weird as that sounds. It's really pretty.
Okay, so I think it's safe to say we like these. I've used the Becca Champagne Pop stuff before and it's beautiful, so I know that like it lasts on your face. A lot of people say things don't last, but like if you don't touch your face and you use a setting spray, it's gonna last all day. So that's my view on sports. As long as you have a good foundation.
Yeah, for sure.
So keeping up with the Becca train, I also got the Becca Light Chaser Highlighter for face and eye. And these are fun because they're a little bit more versatile for like if you want more color in your highlight or if you want to use them as an eyeshadow. So I have Champagne Dream here.
And I'm holding Rose Quartz.
So these guys, true to Becca form, are quite buttery again. This is like a duochrome peachy pink. I don't even know if we can see it at all. This is probably gonna be the worst swatch video of all time. Wait a minute, Fatima, I gotta cut you off here.
That's cool.
To make sure this is showing. Stop focusing on my face, you mother effer. Anyways, it's there somewhere, and it's actually really pretty. This will work on light skin tones and even deeper skin tones because it's not very frosty. It's more like that nice duochrome shift, I find. It'll show up on my finger better. Anyways.
I find that Rose Quartz is definitely...
That's more frosty.
Yeah, this is definitely frostier. It's hard to see.
Stop looking at us.
No. Okay, let's just look at my finger. It's very frosty. Let's compare both fingers so they can see that, yeah, more frosty for sure. Better for more golden tones maybe.
Do you want to swatch this guy for fun?
So,
because this is new for you?
Yeah. I actually really like this one.
You like mine better for golden tones, right?
Yeah.
Or mine. Peach, whatever it's called. Champagne.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would look really good on me, like for translucent girls. But it's really pretty. I find the texture not quite as buttery as the pressed Shimmering Skin Perfectors, like the ones in the palette. But they still are very pigmented, and I think if you use like a synthetic brush for this, or even wet the brush, you'll get like a nice...
Oh yeah, if you wet the brush, oh my gosh, it'd be so pretty.
And then packaging comments, so they're a lot smaller than the Shimmering Skin Perfectors, but in the same beautiful, like kind of flying saucer-ish
It's really good for
packaging.
traveling though.
Yeah.
Because even though I love makeup, I hate traveling with a lot of it. So if it can fit in one little spot, then I'm all about it. I like it.
So next up, we have the Tarte Exposed Highlight. So I'm gonna be real here. I don't love Tarte products. I find them inconsistent. Even from palette to palette, like the shadow formulas all seem very different.
Okay.
Like from matte to matte, I mean, like I'm comparing apples to apples here. So this I bought because it looked great when I swatched it, but then when I got home and swatched it, there's chunks of glitter in it, which I don't like so much. But this is nice because it's a nice gold highlight that will work on light to medium skin tones. Probably a little bit lighter. If you go too deep, it's gonna look, sorry, I'm trying to show it here. Oh, you know what? That's just not working. Let's just use my finger. It's gonna look too frosty on deeper skin tones, but it smells good. It smells like vanilla.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I actually like the shade of this a lot, and I do find it quite buttery and quite pigmented, more so than the Becca face and body ones that we just tried. Like these go on quite nice.
Okay, I like this.
I just don't like the chunks of the glitter.
Yeah, like as you can see here, hopefully.
I know, I love when we're both like,
when you swatch it, you get those chunks out, but if you continue to rub, you smooth out the chunks of glitter. It's nice, but I don't know if I would want that much work in it.
Yeah.
It's a really pretty color though. I like the color.
Let's see if I can do this on here and if it shows up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you guys can see like how pigmented that is. It's pretty crazy. Also, I find wet brushes get rid of the glitter too, like it almost melts it. Packaging, so the size is okay for this. I'm okay with the highlighter this size. I find most highlighters come in packaging and sizes that are way too big, actually.
That's how I feel too. Like I
get bronzer, it covers your whole face, but your highlight, like, so I'm okay with the size. I don't care for the packaging that much, but I like what Tarte stands for, and I want to like believe in them. So and they're still a new company, so I think they'll get a little bit better with some things.
Trying stuff out.
Did you smell it? It smells good.
It smells really good.
Next up, I haven't even opened this. It's been in my purse since I bought it. It's a Kat Von D Thunderstruck eyeshadow. Metal Crush eyeshadow. My hands are a disaster, so I'm just gonna let you swatch this. I don't know if this would work on you. Maybe it would, because I think it's a little bit more duochrome than it is white and frosty again. This is always sold out in the Sephora in Oakville, and I know that Samantha Ravndal, or however you pronounce her name, I love her, she kind of discovered this and then like a couple years ago, and then it was selling like hotcakes.
This is beautiful. I really like this. It has undertones of like a rose goldy pink in there. That's this one here.
It kind of reminds me as if like MAC nylon eyeshadow met Motif.
Yes.
Yeah. Because there is like a little bit of a duochrome shift to it.
Yeah. I really like it, and it's smooth. Oh my god. It's like butter.
Yeah, they're very pigmented.
Compared to the Tarte, it's... I mean, Kat Von D, Tarte, come on.
Oh yeah, Kat Von D is just amazing with everything.
But like
she
this,
does.
I really like this. And like one swipe, it's so much.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, I don't think that would work on medium skin tones.
No.
What do you consider your skin tone? Because would this work on you? You'd have to try.
If we're thinking, like, it's so hard because...
Do you want to build it on top of what you have?
Yeah, let's see.
I offered to do it myself, but my face is a shit show, so... Yeah. And then the packaging is the usual, you know, kind of sleek, gothic looking, tattoo style Kat Von D business.
I like it on my brow bone. You can see a little bit of that, like, rosy shimmeriness to it. It's actually not too bad on... me.
What's going on in my face right now? You know what? Let's try a little bit on me while you're here. I can't see anything in the monitor from here though. Eee, that tickles. And nobody like ever touches my face unless I'm working at MAC, which is like never anymore. But it's hard to tell with what I have underneath.
It's a lot more frosty.
It is more it goes very frosty on me, which is interesting. But I'm paler, so that's okay. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Because you know you can talk back to us through the camera. Anyways, I still like it. I'm excited to actually try it on my face when I don't have a million other pounds of other highlighters on. But yeah, I think
like it as a brow highlight.
Well, it is an eyeshadow too, right? Or it's meant to be an eyeshadow, so I think it should be a good one. Next up, I have both of the Huda Beauty palettes because, you know, I needed both for my fair skin tone. I really only needed one, but because I think they kind of mixed up the cream highlights, they put the wrong color in the wrong kit. I bought both because you know I think that's what they did. They like mixed it up so you had to buy both.
Of course.
So the packaging is stunning. The way she has her like her cheek or her eyeshadow and like cheek highlight in like
every
a foil
highlight
finish.
like glistening.
I love that. And we get 4 colors per palette. So does she have 3 or 2 of these? I think she only has 2 palettes. So yeah, we have so it's the 3-dimensional highlighter palette in melted cream and powder. What color is this that I have? Oh, it doesn't even say the color name on it. You're like, oh my god, she's been into this so much, I can't share this. There's like dust all over them.
I just want to make it look pretty for you.
From the fallout. Okay, so what I like about these is that they have instructions on the inside, which is nice for people that don't really know how to use these things. And I definitely would use them the way they explained. However, so I have the I think it's Pink Sands, and then that's the Gold Sands palette that Fatima has. Yeah. What I don't understand about this is the cream
highlight.
Is this dark on the Pink Sands, like for fairer girls, and then they say to set it with this white, which doesn't make sense at all to me. Now, so, those work together, I think.
Now, this reminds me of maybe like Kim Kardashian's highlight stick, and that's because I haven't swatched it yet. I can tell that you have. but
I was wearing it today, I think.
oh, okay.
No, it
So
wasn't. Just kidding.
sometimes with these highlighters, it comes off exactly how you see in the palette, but especially with like Kim Kardashian's, like I just said, it's so just shimmery that even though it looks dark, it goes on very natural and almost just wet looking instead of
The color and pan.
frosty like we've been trying and like, you know?
Yeah.
So them paired together, I feel like is, sorry, I'm a little bit under the weather, is going to give you that just wet look instead of that colored highlight look.
Paired together, you feel like?
Yeah, because
on this palette.
On that palette specifically, because this does look a little bit dark, but do you mind if I swatch it?
Yeah.
I want to see.
It's very dry feeling. I don't like the cream. It feels very dry.
Ooh, okay, yeah, the cream takes too much to blend in. It's very, I feel like you definitely have to prep your face with an oil or
mix an oil in here. Like
or mix an oil in.
line.
Or one of my favorites is honestly the essential oil stick from MAC Cosmetics, because it doesn't mess with my skin and I'm extremely sensitive lately. But yeah, I feel like it would only work with something very movable underneath. But the powders seem nice.
Now, I like the colors of the powders, but it doesn't feel buttery when I dip my finger in the pan, which kind of bothers me a little bit. There are the 3 from the Pink Sands palette, the powders. So you got the nice white highlight, you got the yellow one, which also works as a highlight, really, and then the pink for the blush. Now, what's weird to me is they say Azores, this yellow shade here, which is like very gold, it's the middle shade on my hand, should be applied under the cheekbones to sculpt and add dimension, which is completely wrong. If that was like a matte bronze, you could do that. So I wouldn't do that. I would mix these two as a highlight
I
together.
think she means under cheekbone, like under. But that's too much
not
shimmer.
an area most people highlight though, like that, you know?
Yeah, that's too much shimmer
Yeah.
to put down here. I tried all 3 of the highlight except for the cream onto my skin. This is Seashells, Tahiti, and Zanzibar. And that's going from top to bottom. I'm liking them. I like Seashells. Tahiti is more of my summer highlight.
That one's quite a bit more yellow, I think, Seychelles, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Azure.
And then Zanzibar, again, I'm not really a blush girl. And this one is like a highlight blush. So I find that this would be better for dry skin. It would be good on someone who's dry.
Yeah, if
the
you have
highlight.
very deep skin tones, that would be a nice highlight, Zanzibar.
Yeah, it'll be too much.
But you can use it as like a blush topper. Because I've used these as blushes myself. I find they don't add a lot of color as a blush. It's more like shimmer a bit of color. So I like to top off my blush with those.
Cool.
But all in all, I do like these palettes a lot. But I think she got it wrong with some of the shades. Like I think this white should be the cream base. I think this should be the bronzer down here, and then I think and then she should keep the pink and then have a highlight shade.
So
kind of confuses me.
Fiji is our wet highlight in this palette. So applying it as a base, it does make sense to set if you really want that wet look with another highlight. I mean, it only makes sense, but yes, it's really hard to move. Apply Tahiti under cheekbones, even that's... I'm confused as to how she wanted to lay this out, and
yeah,
I want to see her use it on someone else.
Yeah, well, she's saying under your cheekbones, which are the top part, not under your cheeks, right? So I think she means put that on the meaty part of your cheeks, like as a bronzer. But the way she described it, sculpt and add dimension, as a contour.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
which is lower. So I think that's
because
wrong.
underneath your cheekbone is technically here. So it's where you'd be contouring and where you'd be adding your bronzer. And this is still too much highlight to sculpt with, like she's describing.
So all in all, I think the verdict is we like the idea behind it. We love Huda. She's beautiful.
Oh my
and
gosh,
has
she's
great
amazing.
ideas.
Beautiful, and she's like really talented.
Yeah, I think she might have jumped the gun a little bit here, unless it was a marketing move to force people to buy both. And I think the instructions were a little unclear. Like, I don't think this should be for sculpting. It should be for bronzing.
Yeah.
Well, I think we know how to use it. I just think she described it the wrong way, probably. And the cream is a little dry. But I do like these palettes that have the one-stop shop where they have a cream, they have a highlight, a blush, and then a bronzy type
That's what everybody's
thing.
looking for.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think all it would need to make this actually more complete is a matte bronze and a cream that matched the shade it should go with. Because it didn't make sense on the pink one. But anyway, I still like it and use it. It's just not...
Yeah, Huda is amazing. But
the best.
Yeah. Meh.
So that's it for all the highlighters that I bought for this summer. I'm sure there will be more.
Always more highlighters.
I have problems.
We both have problems. We're obsessed with like wet looking skin.
Yes. Yeah, I want to look sweaty. You're like, you look sweaty. I'm like, thank you.
Exactly.
I'm like, don't try and throw that shade on me. I'm all about that sweaty life. Anyways, thank you guys for stopping by. We hope you liked the video. If you did, you know the drill. Be sure to give it a big blah blah. A big thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you have not already. It would mean the world to us. And let us know what future tutorials you want to see in the comment box below. Until next time, take care, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.